Good evening, everybody. Excuse the dirty t-shirt, I've just had dinner, and I've come out to film a dead quick video for you guys. I've been asked loads about, I don't have one to show you, yes I do, about showing you how to use these. So I've got some Sprung Paternosters. That's the first one I'm going to do. If you want me to do more of these, you'll have to email Trident, because I probably won't order any more. They're a great product, but I probably won't order any more. I've just got some to have a play about with, and I've used them all. So if you'd like me to do more, email Trident and tell them that you'd like them to send me a couple of each type. I only need one or two of each type, and I'll quite happily film a series. I will mention though that this series is done, this video and this series, if it becomes a series, will be done in line with, hopefully with Trident, and with Sakuma. Sakuma were the hook sponsor for this series. It's very nice of them. So I will get on with rolling the intro, and we'll run through the rig, because the intro is probably going to be as long as it takes to build the rig. So I'll see you in a sec. So here we are in the shed. I've had numerous messages on how to do this. I needed to do some for tomorrow's fishing session in Blackpool, but I've had loads of messages. One of the most common thing I'm asked amongst the subscribers out there, I think in the last month alone I've had at least a dozen people message me asking me how to use these Start-Right rigs, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the Sprung Paternoster, because it's what I've got. So let's get it clipped onto my little handy dandy majigger here. Now the Sprung Paternoster couldn't be simpler. The Start-Right rig body as it comes has literally just got a spring with one of his proprietary little swivel clips there. Hopefully it's in focus. The thing I do really like about the Start-Right rig bodies is that it's these bad boys, the crimp and thermalink endings. It's so neat. It is so neat. It's a great product. The reason I'm probably going to stop using them is because I've got a boatload of terminal tackle up there to get through. And then once I've gone through all that, hell yeah, I'll probably be using these constantly because they're great. But, right, let's get on. So I'll clip a weight onto the bottom with a lead link. Now I always put a lead link on, whether I'm using a clip down rig or not. I always use a lead link. So I always put a lead link on my rig making lead, just so that I can simulate the overall length of the product, of the finished article. Let me just I'm not the feature here, the rig is, so let me try and keep that in frame. And all I've done to cut down on time of the video, then spends 3 minutes waffling, is my hook length is still attached, but all I've done is I've just got it ready. So this one's going to be a Paternoster pennel. So all a pennel means that you've got a terminal hook, and then you've got a floating hook above it. Now if you've watched the video for my videos for any length of time, you know that I like to secure my pennel hooks with a bit of silicone tubing. It's personal preference. Just going back to what I said in the intro, one of the most common things I am asked is, Russ, can you give us measurements? Can you tell us how to do this, how to do that? Rig making is a preference as well as a science. So I can't give you exact measurements. all I can do is tell you how I use these Start Right rig bodies and how I build the rig on them, because that's essentially what you're doing. All you've got to do is put together your hook trace. Everything else is, the rig body is fully made for you. Now these swivels on these Paternoster rigs I believe will move, but I like a long trace on my Paternoster rig. So all I've done is I've just clipped my lead down into the clip there, yeah, and I'm just going to drop that down off camera, and all I'm doing is then I'm going to follow up. Now it's going to depend on how competent you are with your knots. I use the uni knot and I'm pretty okay with it now. So I know that if I trace this line all the way up here and put it in line with the swivel like that, so I'm holding it tight, not overly tight, but it is tight, there's no sort of loop or bagginess in the line, and I'm going to go just a smidge above that swivel to cut my hook length. Alright, and then I can release the hook, and then I'll tie it off into the swivel with a very quick uni knot, trying to be relatively frugal with the amount of line I'm going to waste. So my uni knot, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I've always done 5 turns. 5. Always wet your line when the knot, as you should know. Pull your knot tight and cut off your excess. And that's it. That's the rig built. Now why did I do it the way I did it? It's a sprung Paternoster, which means that it's got this spring in it to take away some absorption, some shock of the cast. Let me just pull this a bit tighter. I didn't pull my tag length very tight, give me a sec. I'm sure that looks brilliant on camera. If I can cut it out I will. Okay, now the reason I do it why I do it is because you'll see I've just drawn my line down. I know it's baggy at the moment, but I've just drawn my line down tight. Alright, so you can see now my hook is what, maybe about 1 inch proud of my clip. By the time I've clipped down this rig, which I'll do now, so that's clipped down, you'll see the spring doing its business. Alright, so pull that tight. The spring's still there. The spring's there, it's compressed. There's still a little bit of travel to absorb the shock of the cast. And then what will happen is, when that releases, because the spring is already under tension, it'll put a little bit more spring in to spring in your hook length away from your main line. And there you go. That's how I build the Start Right Paternoster from Trident. Okay, couldn't be simpler. There is no exact sizes, there is no exact lengths, because it depends how good you are with your knots. Okay, like I said, I'm pretty competent with the uni knot. All you need to do is, like I said, draw the lines, 2 lines up together, nice and tight, and then include basically half of your wastage above that swivel. So if you know you normally waste 2 inches a line, 3 inches a line, hell, 5 inches a line. If you normally waste sort of 5 inches of line, so let me explain this a slightly better way. Come half an inch above the top of where the swivel would be at rest, okay, to 1 inch. You've got between half an inch and 1 inch to play with, that's fine. And then include that in how much you would normally waste. So if you would normally waste 5 inches, come 5.5 inches past the top of the swivel. Alright, tie your knot, and that should equal a nice tight rig like that. Now if you're one of those very skilled people who can duplicate your line lengths perfectly every time, and you always waste exactly the same amount every time, give or take a centimetre or 1/3 of an inch or 10 mil or whatever measurement you choose to use, if you can consistently do that, if you're one of those people, then by all means what you can do then is just tie a load of hook lengths, because these Start-Right rig bodies last for ages. The only thing you need to replace, generally speaking, is your hook length. Okay, and I mean, even I've used, I don't know if I've got any here in my waste box. No, I don't. But you can use the little clips, the little snood clips, so that you can make quick change snoods. If you're one of those people who can replicate the same length of hook length over and over again. I'm not, so that's how I do this. So I hope that's helpful. As I've said, if you do want to see more of these videos, and if you do want me to do the entire Trident range, I'm more than happy to do so. I'm more than happy. However, I don't need to place an order with Trident anytime soon. I have got loads of rotos, loads of Thermalinks, loads of Dynaforms. What else have I got? Loads of the aero pulleys, loads of springs, because I like their springs. So I don't need to place an order, so do me a favour, message them, say, Russ says from One Man and His Rod, if we want him to do your entire series of Start-Right rigs, then would you please send him some Start-Right rigs, or reach out to me. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I'm not going to waffle on. If you like this, do that and I'll do a series on them. I think I've got some of the loops. I think I've got some of the loops as well. I'm not sure if I've used them all. If I've got the loop one, I'll do a loop one as well, but I've got no clip downs, I've got no flappers, I've got no pulleys in the Start-Right rig bodies. So if you want me to do the range, you're going to have to reach out to Trident. Thanks to Sakuma for sponsoring the hooks that you've seen. Long-time viewers will know that I love Sakuma hooks. I've used Sakuma hooks for years now. I've never had a Sakuma hook bend out on me that wasn't supposed to bend out. I've never had a Sakuma hook break on me. I just think they're a great product, and I've got used to their sizes. Do remember, if you want to try Sakuma products, you can go direct to their website and order direct from Sakuma. You'll find a lot more hook shapes, sizes, styles and patterns than most shops will stock. I really like their bait holder hooks for bass fishing, and I tend to struggle to find them in shops, so I order them direct from Sakuma. In fact, I'll be placing an order for myself on Friday, because they sponsor the video, not me, so they only send me a few hooks to show you guys. But in everyday fishing, I still use their hooks, I still buy their hooks. The Trident gear, if I didn't have the Start-Right rig, I would still be building my rigs with Trident gear. I love it, it's great, it's so simple to use. I supported and talked about Trident gear since they redeveloped the Thermalink, which was very early days. I started using Trident gear when they were just, all they sold was the aero pulley and the Thermalink. Their range has gone up dramatically from there. So do check them out, do check out Sakuma, and until next time, stay safe, tight lines, and I'll see you later.